Well, welcome to No Strings Attached Street Ministry. Today, just want to come by and have a chat with you guys. I ain't been on in a while, but just everything going on and, the election and all that nonsense. But anyway, let's talk about a little bit of that and what people are in for. But today, biggest reason I'm here actually, talk about the differences in food and what that means to your budgets and stuff as you travel. I mean, today I've got two different typical meals that most people, go for. One is they'll stop at Burger King and get them a croissant sandwich, which is I think the whole thing was like $3, but that was that and a soda. And then also today, what I normally try to get as well is yogurt and some fruit salad. So, these are definitely looking at, these were like, it was like $1.26 or something like that. And the fruit salad, $4.59. Of course, that fruit salad probably lasts you enough for two of them. Which is healthier? I don't know. I like both of them. Sometimes it's just as easy to go right to Burger King and get the croissant sandwich real quick and tootle on down the road and eat while you're driving, And that's alright if that's once in a great while, It's not going to hurt anything. I don't think. It's not healthy, that's for sure. But, the thing is when you try to eat healthy, what I found, honestly, is you have to have a budget, man. It's like 3 times more expensive eating so-called healthy than it is regular food, that we normally choke down. But it's like, got a brisk and then all of a sudden the wind started picked up right here, so it's actually gotten pretty chilly. Sandwich, yeah. Like I said, it's enough to get you going. But it's also what do you really pay for and buy? That's where you have to evaluate. Are you here just to survive, eat? Or are you trying to look healthy and do well? Is yogurt the healthy way to go? When it's still fat, you still, believe me, you can put on the pounds with this kind of nonsense just as much and as easy as you can the croissant sandwich. I guess it's, are you a carnivore or are you a vegan, or a vegetarian? I'm learning to like both. So I think it's the ultimate way is just the more natural is to sort of keep it mixed up, get the all-around variety of the different things going in and out of your body, not just the one thing. But I think fruits are the thing that most people really like the most of. Anything the more raw, the more of nature that you can possibly have it is always going to be the best. Same as a carnivore, if you have meat from a cow, I feel that, that's grass fed, that's brought up in natural, no hormones, none of this, all this crap, no, finishing a lot, where they just go and pack on the pounds real fast, just to gain more poundage, so they can make more profit. It's not worth that, it is. The best thing that you can do on that kind of stuff is find you a local butcher, or even a local, like a butcher shop, where you can go in and get your meat from a produce shop. Find someone that knows how to dress and butcher animals. Then go to a small farm and say, hey, I wanna buy a cow. Get a couple of your buddies, that also want to do that, and go buy the cow. Have it butchered, and and most of them you can buy, split it half and half. You figure an average 1,000 pound cow, you're going to probably spend about $1,000. You're going to spend about $1 a pound probably, at the auction. Seems like that's about what we were, spending back in the day anyway, or a little bit less. So I figured it's probably about that right now. But at least you knew where it come from. You knew what kind of treatment it had. Some of these animals, it would shock you to see what they do and how they process these things. Some of them don't even, they're like chained down, and fed nothing but corn all day long, and grains, and just, pump them full of that sweet grain. Well, yeah, it puts on the pounds, but it really doesn't. It doesn't give the meat a chance to develop the way that it should. So go for the quality. If you're going to do something, enjoy the quality. But if you want to take time to learn how to make your own yogurt, you can always get flavorings and stuff to put in that. It's definitely cheaper to do so, but you have to have a refrigerator and things to do that in, and to do it properly and easily. Pretty much anything can be processed, just as easily in a van as it is out on the road. People say, well, do you need refrigeration? Not really. You can make powdered milk. And people say, well, you don't get good quality of making powdered milk. Make it yourself. Do you know how to make that? All powdered milk is boiled and continually stirred and scraped down the side of the bowl. Get a non-stick pan. Get you a spatula that fits the corners of the curvature of the pan itself, or you can scrape it down. Put that thing on, bring it up to a soft boil, and just keep boiling it. Believe me, you'll just evaporate all the liquid out of it, and then all of a sudden you'll turn to like this mass, of almost like looks like Play-Doh type, consistency. And you just keep mashing it, and keep heating it and heating it. And the jar, you can get it, and make sure you don't burn it. So you make sure you just keep it moving and keep it going. Then you take it out and you dry this out. You dry it out, literally dry it out. And then once it's dried up, you break it up into smaller pieces, and you dry it and dry it and dry it. And you keep getting it to where you can actually get it down to a crumble. And then you can powderize it through using a blender, or I use the little bullet, the little bullet blenders. that kind of a blender would be great. Or coffee grinders, different things like that. Something that's a high speed, would definitely take care of it. And then you can store that stuff. You can store it, and then to bring it back, all you have to do is reconstitute it. Just add water to it, and it brings it right back. But it makes great coffee creamers. But the thing is, if you do it yourself, you know what's in it. You don't have to worry about all the preservatives and all that crap that they put in this stuff, man. They put stuff in this stuff, you can't even pronounce the names of it. That looks good. Well, I don't know. I guess it's probably rude for me just to sit here and eat in front of you, but you know what? The problem with lately for me, especially with YouTube, I'm not doing anything. I'm not going out on ventures. I'm not doing road trips. I'm not really hanging out with your friends. You gotta admit, I'm a 60-year-old man. Women won't talk to you. You don't have any friends. Men won't even be your friend, hardly. Especially today, no one wants to be your friend. You get close to you because of all this nonsense. Everyone's scared to death to even speak to each other. I was walking into a store the other day, and one of the guys yelled at me, "Get your mask on." Really? Not allowed in here without a mask. I mean, dude, give me a chance to just walk in the door. I don't walk around with my mask all day long and sitting in my car like you do. Don't even get me started on the mask crap. I mean, if it did something to truly protect you, trust me, I would be praising it all over, and I would advise anybody and everybody to use them. And I still do. But you don't have to be so ridiculous with it to where you're actually sitting on your toilet in your house wearing your mask. You're driving down the highway at 80 miles an hour with your windows rolled up and you got your mask on. Use your brain, you know what I mean? Use your brain. And there's no reason for that. But, that's what tickles me is to see how these people are, man. It's like that's the entertainment these days. Maybe that's one of my faults. I guess I sit around and judge people. Do I really do that? I don't think so. I really don't think I do. It's more... I'm more concerned about the common sense that people have these days. I don't think they have it anymore. I don't know, maybe I was blessed with that. Maybe that's why I look at it different than most people. Am I right or wrong, if I see someone doing something that's useless and wasting their time and efforts, I'll be the first one to let them know, not to judge them or to hurt their feelings, but to give them and free up their time. Don't waste your time doing this nonsense. Go do something valuable with that time. Even if it's going and loving on people. Nothing wrong with helping somebody else or loving somebody or making someone else feel special. Do I take the risk? Yeah, I do. I mean, I'm still out helping my homeless people and my, especially the girls and the group of kids that I'm dealing with right now, with all the drugs and everything, and let's just say I'm doing the best I can with what I have. And it's amazing what you can do when you don't have. I mean, when I asked me to drive them down, about 30 miles away the other day, I said, sorry, I can't. I don't have the gas. I felt sorry that, that they couldn't go, and they were going to go see one of their kids. But I just couldn't go. I couldn't afford to. So, yeah, it's gotten pretty tough. I can't even keep hardly insurance on the van anymore. I mean, I got insurance due right now, $481 due. Well, tomorrow. What is today? Well, it's the 18th, whenever that is, November 18th, is when it gets canceled. It's my last time to be able to get it paid. And at that point, I have to park that one. The problem is I got two of them. I'm still tied between which one I want to try to do. I'm trying to fix up the little minivan to work with, mostly just because of the gas mileage. I mean, it's like twice as much gas mileage, that I get in the big one. And it's a fairly nice van. It sure don't have very much room in it, though, especially for turning it into a camper van. But for what I'm using it right now for is just mostly like an overnight trip. It's not like I'm out traveling in it, that makes a big difference, I guess. So I'm trying to keep both side to side. I almost gave one of them away the other day. Become really close. I was on this close of giving it away. And right when I was getting ready to take it over and deliver it to them, they got arrested on a warrant. And now they're in jail for 6 months. So it's like, well, I'm glad I didn't give it to them. Because who knows where it would have ended up at. It probably ended up in a junkyard somewhere or an impound lot to where no one could ever pay to get it out. And believe me, that's happened to quite a few of them. People, you help them out, you give them a gift like that, and they just don't have pride. They don't take pride in it. They don't care. They just let it go, and then it falls. Instead of calling you and say, "Hey, I got a flat tire," you just walk away from it, take the tag off of it, walk away from it, go home. One girl do that and give her a car and a serpentine belt broke. She didn't know how to fix it. Some guy on the side of the road wanted to charge her like $150 to put one on, which I could put one on in 5 minutes, literally. But she didn't have that. She didn't get the tow package like I asked her to. I was up on the highway when she told me about it. It sat on the highway for 7 days. And they tagged it, and I finally found the car. It was in an impound lot. It cost me $300 for the tow fee. $75 a day for impound fee. For 7 days. Finally got the car back home. Put the serpentine belt on it. Cost me $32, I think it was. So I turned around and gave it to someone else. And then the girl gave me a hard time and wouldn't even sign the title back over to it. So it was her car. I said, well, it was your car. It was meant for you. But you abandoned it. And look at my logic. Why would I give it back to you after fixing it when you wouldn't even call me and let me just come down and fix the stupid thing? I mean, I got AAA. All they had to do is call me. I would have drove down there and had it towed back to the house and fixed it. You know. So I ended up giving the car back to her. And then she blamed me for all that, so she ended up hating me. Never would talk to me again. But, like I said, I wasn't mad at her at all. I was disappointed. I mean, that car was 8 years old. It had 75,000 miles on it. It was in perfect condition. Had brand new tires put on it. I put a lot of money into it just before I even give it to her. It was probably worth $3,000-4,000 probably, you know. I mean, it wasn't like it was a $300 beater car, you know. I had a buddy of mine who used to get pissed off at me royally because I would give cars away that was in twice as better shape than the ones that I drive. But hey, you know, it's the way it goes, I guess. But anyway, that's sort of a catch up on what my life has been like lately. Trying to keep it from where I'm not depressed anymore. I'm trying to find something to do and get out. I'd love to be able to just go on another round the country trip. That would just tickle my heart. I'm just so tired of all the negativity and stuff in the world these days, you know. It just brings you down. But anyway, hope all's going well with you guys. Hopefully I'll start doing stuff where I can come out and, you know, get back in contact with you guys. And bring channel might go live. But it gets discouraging. I mean, only, when you only have a couple hundred views, and the thing's been out for 2 months or 3 months, Like people ain't interested in what you're doing anyway. I think it's mostly the algorithms and stuff that YouTube's put out there now. They've destroyed pretty much every video I have. They tagged one of my videos. Remember when I did the one about the crackhead dog? This is when I first got my little puppy dog. And I was telling about how it just sort of like switches a switch off and goes crazy. They tagged it. Said it was inappropriate. I guess showing a little puppy is inappropriate these days. But anyway, go figure, right? People are not watching it anyway. to demonetize a video that's a year old that no one's even watching. Oh mercy! Well, they said they had a complaint. Pretty sad, man, when someone would complain about any of my videos. But someone hates me out there. I've noticed in the last year pretty much on everything that I post. Before I even get it uploaded and watch it myself, I usually end up getting 3 dislikes. Thumbs down. You have a 30-minute video. I upload the video. The very second it uploads, I go straight to the video to make sure that thumbnails, everything's on there and it's working right. Make sure the ad revenue is kicked in properly. Don't even spend 2 minutes on there. I refresh it again. When I refresh it, then I have 2 or 3 dislikes. And I watch maybe less than a minute. Now, how could someone dislike something if they're not even looking at it? So that's why I figured it's just someone that didn't like me. I mean, I've got some ideas who it might be, but do I really care? No. Who cares? One thing I've learned in life is no matter what, you can't please them all. You can't make them all happy. And not everybody's going to like you. Over half of your friends are there just to see the way that they can screw you over somehow. That's the kind of friends people have these days. I don't know. That's the shape that the world's in. It really is. And when you start looking at that kind of stuff and start seeing how this world treats people. But you know what? I think we're all sort of guilty of either allowing it, participating in it, might even be the one encouraging it, to treat others that way. By all means, Lord, if it's me, take that part of that drive out of me, because that's the last thing I would ever want to do is to hurt somebody else. It's not who I am. Have I? Yeah, I have. I'm sure I have. Have I done people wrong? Yes, I have. I sin every day just like you do. But don't sit and judge me, because I'll tell you what, if you're going to start judging, you're going to find out when you draw the line in the sand and start listing, you're going to be a whole lot worse off than I will. even though you look at me with critical eyes. Turn around and remember, when you point fingers, there's 4 more pointing back at you. So that's true. That's a very true statement. Anyway, hey, had a good time in here, Donnie. I've been on here 30 minutes, so hopefully y'all got this far. If you did, give me a thumbs up. Make sure you check in the description if you want to help the channel out. I put my links down in there for you. Like I said, anything and everything possibly help me out. I mean, who knows, if I get some donations, I might even consider. Maybe a small venture somewhere. Depends on what I get and what I can raise. Who knows? Maybe I'll have y'all miracles, carry me back around the country again. It's not like it hasn't happened before. But I'd sure love to go out and bless people again and pick people's spirits up. Anyway, have a great day. Love you.